The ongoing dilemma with Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma continues as Lincoln himself has just stolen two five-star recruits. Yes, not one, but two five-star recruits from Oklahoma. This is all recent news, and it's kind of a big deal, I would say. Five-star recruits, they're not exactly common. And the fact, to make matters even worse, he stole them from Oklahoma, which he snaked over, makes it all even more interesting. You could probably figure these recruits aren't defensive players, they're offensive powerhouses, and they could come into USC right away and immediately change the program. We're gonna talk all about it. I think I'm more excited to get into this video than some of you guys. I hope you guys enjoy. I got a challenge for you. I'm actually extremely curious and I want to see what happens. There's so many of you guys watching these videos, I appreciate that, but most of you aren't even subscribed. So let's see how many subscribers we can gain off of this video. I'll show y'all in the next video how many we gain. Can we gain possibly 100 or 200 more? Let's find out. Hit that subscribe button. Hopefully we can gain some new subscribers, and without further ado, let's get into it. If you don't know what's been going on with Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma, do you live under a rock? I'm not going to explain it. If you don't know what happened, you can go check out previous videos, but Mr. Riley is now the new head coach for USC. USC is flashy and they're on the West Coast. Lincoln Riley runs a flashy offense and he wants to live that lifestyle. We all knew whenever he left there was going to be one main problem. There's some little problems, but overall one main problem people were going to focus on. And that thing I'm referring to is a lot of recruits and maybe some current players were going to transfer or decommit. What makes this all even more intriguing, if I had to say so myself, some people feel like there was recruiting violations going on at Oklahoma when he was there. You got many out there believing he was recruiting for USC while he was the head coach at Oklahoma. Honestly, I could see it happening. He knew for over a month he was going to take that job. You can't tell me any different. Lincoln Riley and USC, they've been talking for a while, so don't be dumb. Although Riley's going to tell everybody this happened overnight and it was instant, I don't buy it one bit. At the same time, like I expressed to you guys, I'm not faulting him. I just don't buy the, oh, it happened all sudden. One of the key players we're going to focus on goes by the name of Malachi Nelson, who was the number 3 overall prospect in the class of 2023. Nelson is a current 5-star recruit who's been committed to Oklahoma ever since July. Consequently, whenever Riley left Oklahoma, only a few hours later, he decommitted. We pretty much saw this coming. Only a couple of days after he decommitted, he announced he was going to, what do you know, USC. Is that a coincidence? Do you think he decommitted to Oklahoma to go to USC for the school? I don't think so. He went there for Lincoln Riley. I want your guys' opinion. Do you think him and Lincoln were talking about teaming up there before this happened? I'm curious. Anyways, continuing on, this is a great pickup. The best and key piece of any team, defense, offense, special teams, whatever, is the quarterback position. Look at Bryce Young at Alabama. He single-handedly, well, he's got Jamison Williams and John Mechie, but he's really carried this Alabama team to where they are. Without Bryce Young playing on Alabama's team, you're looking at an 8-4 ball club. So right there from Lincoln Riley, getting a 5-star recruit who's outstanding. I could go on and on about Malachi Nelson. It's a good start. But hold on. It doesn't stop there. Getting one 5-star recruit is amazing, but he got 2 only 4 days after getting hired. Raleek Brown, who is a 5-star recruit, also the number 1 ranked high school running back in the entire country, was committed to Oklahoma like Malachi Nelson. What do you know? After Riley left Oklahoma, he decommitted too and announced he was going to USC. On Twitter, he tweeted out, "Mama, I'm staying home. Los Angeles, let's turn up." Raleek Brown, did you really plan on staying home? I don't think so. You were only going to wherever Lincoln Riley was. I'm going to let this young man speak for himself. Here's what he had to say. Lincoln Riley, that's my guy. I was shocked he was leaving Oklahoma, but then excited he was coming to USC. I've been up to USC a ton of times. Since before I got to high school, I'm super familiar with it there. I have a strong comfort level at the school and a lot of family nearby, so it's honestly a great situation for me. I would agree with that 100%. It is a great situation, but I don't want you to act like you were going to go there if Lincoln didn't go there. Before we go any farther, I want you to comprehend and understand what we're witnessing. He's doing legendary things and he hasn't been there for over a week. I honestly, for the life of me, can't believe no one else is giving him credit for what he's doing in a short amount of time. When you're talking about some of the most influential college coaches out there, you gotta throw his name in there for what he's doing. Whether you like him or not, whether he hurt your feelings or not, you gotta admit, the dude's a great coach. He's obviously proven too, he's a great recruiter. I want to touch on something else. Remember, he is in California. He is going to have 4 and 5-star recruits in his backyard. He's going to get to pick and choose whoever he wants. You guys know Bryce Young. He's going to win the Heisman. He's the best quarterback in the country. But do you know where he's from? He's from California, and originally he was committed to USC. But due to coaching problems, he was like, I gotta get out of here. I'm going to a top tier program to Alabama. Bryce Young went as far as across the country as you can get almost, from California to Alabama. I'm gonna tell you what, if Lincoln Riley was a coach a couple of years ago, there's no way Bryce ends up at Alabama. He'd be at USC. And for that sole reason right there, I'm telling you, everyone's saying, oh, he's gonna have to rebuild them. No. He's going to be one of the best teams and coaches within the next 1 to 2 seasons in the Pac-12. I don't think some of you quite understand how much of a benefit it is to coach in California or Florida. You could literally only recruit your state and compete for national championships. For the past 5 to 10 years, all these California kids are like, okay, am I going to go to Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Texas, or Alabama? Now they're thinking, hey, I don't got to leave home. I can play for a top program in my own state. That's what I'm going to do. You got Mater Dei High School, who produces 3, 4, and 5-star recruits like it's nothing. You're going to see all those kids go from Mater Dei to USC. At all times, you're going to see 5 to 10 players from Mater Dei playing for USC in the next couple of seasons. I'm trying really hard to think, how could I compare this to something we can all relate to? Have you ever been to a small city where there's only a couple of grocery stores and maybe 2 or 3 places to eat? I think that's the best way to compare this to our everyday lives. When you're in a small town and city, you don't have that many opportunities to pick and choose. But let's say you go to a big time city like Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, or New York City, the opportunities are endless. You can do so many things. That's how I would somewhat compare it to our everyday lives and Lincoln Riley's situation at USC. You're going from a state in Oklahoma that produces a couple of 4 and 5-star recruits to now a state in California who produces 20 to 30 4 and 5-star recruits. Lincoln Riley is straight up having a field day out there, and he's going to dominate the recruiting landscape. Whoa, hold on. I can't forget to mention he might land a couple more 5-star recruits. Recently, USC had a 5-star recruit that goes by the name of Mikael Williams, but he decommitted. Lincoln Riley's currently trying to get him back. Williams is 6'5", 255 pounds, and ranked as the 22nd best overall player in the 2022 class. It doesn't end there on the defensive side of the ball. There's also a former 5-star recruit, Eli Ricks, who was currently on an official visit not too long ago. Eli Ricks, for my LSU fans, is a former LSU player. He's been on a lot of visits, and he stated and made it clear he wants to play on a team that's going to compete for the playoffs. USC has a good chance. Now, I know exactly what you're sitting there saying. Yo, Matt, those are defensive players. Why in the heck would they want to go to USC? Taking a look at this comment, quote unquote, if you're a defensive player, don't play for Riley. Star recruits made that mistake at OU. Also below that, we got, why would you go play defense for Lincoln Riley? LMAO. There's thousands of comments like that, and I'm going to respond to you in a way people aren't thinking. I got a fair question for you. As a defensive player, why wouldn't you want to play for Lincoln Riley? You know, if you go to USC and you're a 5-star recruit, you're going to start right away and be on one of the best teams. I also firmly believe in 2021, the best defense is a good offense. If Lincoln Riley can land this 5-star defensive lineman and this 5-star cornerback, it takes the defense up to a completely different level. What's actually scary about this, and I'm not going to say I fear it, but it is scary at the moment thinking about it, USC could be dominant with the right coach. It goes back to what I was saying with recruiting. You have all the recruits you need in your backyard. I'm telling you right now, Lincoln Riley's going to these defensive guys and saying, hey guys, our defense ain't that good. You can come in and play and start right away. And I'm going to tell you now, this isn't the NFL. If you can put 4 and 5-star recruits on your defense, they'll learn how to play together. You can believe that. I'm tired of this narrative of people saying, oh, Lincoln Riley only cares about offense. That's clearly not true. He's recruiting defensive prospects left and right. You want to know the cold, and I mean cold, harsh truth? People are scared about what might happen with Lincoln Riley and USC. They know if he plays his pieces right, he can make this into one of the best programs we've ever seen. I want you to remember and keep in the back of your mind, this is coming from a person who is unbiased, and I could care less about Lincoln Riley, USC, Oklahoma, or any of these teams. I'm telling you how I see it. USC could return to their glory days if everything goes right. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But with all that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. And as always, let's be great. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out. Yeah, peace.